Mr. Raya conducted an experiment to find out the amount of light that can pass through three materials, A, B, and C, of the same thickness. He used a light sensor to measure the amount of light that passed through two materials at position X and at position Y at a time. So there is a torch here, which is the source of light. We know that the torch is a light source, and we have a light sensor here, which detects light. Remember, we have done light sensor experiment. You know that the light sensor can detect the amount of light that passes through these. We have done the light sensor experiment for both using a torchlight as well as using the black box, right? Remember the box? Okay. So when no object was placed between the torchlight and the light sensor, the reading was 100. All right. So there's 100 units of light that passes through. That means the torch itself gives off light, which is 100 units. Okay. Remember in our experiment, the light sensor, we measured it using lux, Lux, right? But here they do not use the word lux, they just put units, all right? Okay, it's basically the same thing. So the torch gives off 100 units of light, but when they put A here and B here, and they put A and B, zero was detected. Zero means one of them or both of them did not allow the light to pass through. Remember, the light from the light source here has to go through two materials before it reaches light sensor. For it to be zero, that means either A or B or both is opaque, right? In case you're wondering what opaque is, okay, do pause at this slide for a while and have a look at all these definitions of opaque. We've gone through them several times in this exercise, so I shall not elaborate. And you have the power or the control to just pause the video so that you can revise. Please know this before we continue, because or else if you don't know this, it's very hard for you to apply to the new question. All right, so we know that either if this is zero, we know that either x either A or B would be opaque, right? Likewise, when they put when Mr. Raya put A and C, it is still zero. That means either A and C or A or C is zero, is an opaque object. Now, when Mr. Raya put B and C, however, B and C, this gets 100. It gets full light from the torch. That means B and C cannot be, for it to get 100, it cannot be opaque. For it to get the full light coming from the torch, B and C must be transparent, right? I don't know how to. Okay, let me just try. Just give me a while. Okay, there it is. Okay, so if I can just maybe be very confident to say that B and C are transparent, right? And how do I know? Because when both of them are placed at position X and Y, they are actually what do you call that? They allow all the light to pass through, and that's only possible if it is um, transparent. All right, so B and C are transparent. We know that. Now, if B and C are transparent, and when we put A together with B and C, it becomes zero. That means we can be very certain that is A is opaque, right? All right, and then when we put B and C together, it's 100. That means B and C are transparent. When we put B and D, remember that B is transparent, C is transparent. But when we put D together with B, it becomes 72. That means D is translucent. It only allow some light to pass through, not all or not most of the light. We can see that when we put C and D, transparent and translucent, it also becomes 72, which is also some light, which is translucent. All right, so this is quite an easy question, so I will not deliberate more on it. Just some reminders. Pause on this slide so that you can read whatever I have repeated many, many times at the end of each video. All right, so thank you.